Cross presented by 5th grade. Today's stations, we will be adding some music. We will read the even pages in the yellow book, and we'll follow it by singing one verse of number 150, Were You There? Following each station, we will cycle through each of the verses of that song. It was 150, Were You There? Please turn to 150 in your hymnal if you wish to sing along. After the 14th station, we will sing all 4 verses of number 157, When I Survey the Wondrous Cross. You may leave the church in silence once that song begins, or stay for the whole thing.
First station, Jesus is condemned to death. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you.
Because by your holy cross you
The leaders of the people brought Jesus before Pilate, the Roman governor. He wanted to set Jesus free, but the people demanded that Jesus be put to death. Pilate washed his hands to show that he was not guilty of the blood of Jesus, and they sent him out to be nailed to the cross.
Second station, Jesus takes up his cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you. The soldiers treated Jesus with great cruelty. They beat him and placed a crown of thorns on his head. Now they led him outside and placed the wood of the cross on his shoulder. They made him carry the cross as they led him to the place where he would die.
Third station, Jesus falls the first time. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you.
Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
Jesus had not been allowed to sleep all night, and he was now exhausted. He had been beaten and whipped, and he was nearing the end of his strength. Even as he tried to walk along, the soldiers continued to push and shove him. Finally, it was too much for him, and he fell down.
The fourth station, Jesus meets his mother Mary. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you.
Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
As the soldiers dragged Jesus through the streets, they led him to the place where Mary, his mother, was standing. Mary felt such great sorrow to see her only son suffering such horrible pain. Yet Jesus had assured her that he must fulfill the Father's will, so she surrendered her son for the will of the Father.
Fifth station, Simon helps Jesus to carry the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you. The soldiers realized that Jesus was too weak to carry the cross along the way to Calvary. They begin to worry that he might die along the way. So they forced the man who was standing nearby, Simon of Cyrene, to carry the cross for Jesus rest of the way.
Sixth station, Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you. Jesus was now totally exhausted. Many of the people around him mocked him and spit at him. One courageous woman named Veronica came forward and wiped the face of Jesus with her veil. God rewarded her loving kindness, for he caused an image of the face of Jesus to appear on her veil.
Seventh station, Jesus falls the second time. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you. The soldiers kept playing Jesus so long, but he continued to grow weaker and weaker. Once again, his strength failed him and he fell to the ground. The soldiers immediately forced him to get back on his feet and continue his cool journey.
Eighth station, Jesus meets the weeping woman. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you. As Jesus struggled along, he encountered a group of women who were weeping for him. He looked up and told them that they should not weep for him, but rather for themselves and their children.
The ninth station, Jesus falls the third time. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you. Jesus' strength now failed him completely. He was near the place where he was to be crucified, but he could not go another step. He fell to the ground, ready to die there. But once again the soldiers forced him up, and Jesus somehow found the strength to finish his terrible journey.
The 10th station. Jesus is stripped of his clothes. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you. When they reached the place where Jesus was to die, the soldiers ripped off the robe that Jesus had been wearing. They were going to cut it up into pieces to divide it among themselves. But when they saw it was made from one piece of cloth, they decided to roll dice for it.
Station. Jesus is nailed to the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you. Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. The soldiers then threw Jesus to the ground and began to nail him to the cross. They used one nail for each of his hands and one for both of his feet. Jesus felt horrible pain as they were driving the nails into his flesh.
Twelfth station. Jesus dies on the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you. Jesus was crucified at noon, and he hung on the cross for about 3 hours. Even then, he did not forget his love for us. When the end was near, he looked up into the heavens and said, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Then he gave his spirit over to the Father and breathed his last.
Station, Jesus is taken down from the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you. As evening approached, some of the disciples went and asked Pilate for permission to take down the body of Jesus. They lowered him to the ground and placed him in the arms of Mary, his loving mother.
Station, Jesus is placed in the tomb. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you.
Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
It was now important to bury the body of Jesus quickly, for it was almost sunset. Some of the disciples of Jesus went to a nearby garden and found a new tomb that belonged to Joseph of Arimathea, who was also a disciple. They laid our Lord's body in the tomb and covered the entrance in the tomb with a rock.